Okay, this one's kind of for fun. I thought I would ask, well, I was thinking about between two things, and one being how the divine feminine really feels about the divine masculine. You would think that one would be easy, but I want to know how the higher self sees things. Besides, this particular divine feminine might need a little clarification. So, here goes. Okay, I'm going to pause while I shuffle. These are the cards I'm using. I will say the prayer while on camera, though. Our Father who art in heaven, please allow me to be your empty vessel. Allow me to pull your energy through me, Heavenly Father. Allow me to receive the messages and give the messages as you want them to be given. Please remove any filters I might have and give me the images, sights, smells, sound, feelings, and impressions as clearly as I can get them. Allow me to be your messenger, Heavenly Father, without any preconceived notions, any negative attitudes or energies. Please release all of those. Allow me to be your servant, Heavenly Father, to humbly give the message for the Divine Collective, how the Divine Feminine really feels towards the Divine Masculine. Help us all to clarify our healings and our impressions and our feelings towards ourselves and our Divine Masculine. Thank you. I will now. Okay, actually, I thought that wasn't very fair. I was going to pause while I shuffled, just because I can't hold it and shuffle at the same time, and I don't yet have a cameraman. Not that far along in the process. But I realized that you might want to hear or see it. So what I will do instead, if I can, is to kind of prop the camera up a little bit, maybe. Okay, well, we're not going to get it propped up, but at least you can hear the shuffle. So I've shuffled once. My typical is 3 times. I will say, interestingly enough, I was trying to decide which reading I wanted to do for me for fun and to upload for everyone. And it was between something that had to do with the 4 elements and this, as silly as it seems. When I pulled my cards out, even though I'd shuffled before, I hadn't looked at the bottom. When I was putting them away from something else, when I looked at the bottom, it had the 2 of Cups, which, and the bottom energy of the reading is the Knight of Pentacles. Messenger, he was in the last reading, I believe. Okay. So at this point, my normal, again, is to, I'm supposed to be practicing that shuffle that everyone else does. So we will see what we can do as far as propping everything up. I think I have an idea. It's just going to require some skills here. Alright. If I have this correct, let's see. Let's see what you see. Not quite what I wanted. It's giving you a lot of outdoors and a lot of what I'd rather edit, but I don't know how to edit. So, let's see here. If I do this. Folks, I think I have a way to get it mostly there. Okay, as long as I shuffle primarily in this spot. Got it. Bear with me, and we'll all get there eventually. One more shuffle for good measure here. Alright. Well, I think I can guess how a lot of divine feminines are feeling about the divine masculines, but wow, and we got 3 cards, and you'll never guess. Nope, 2, sorry. The High Priestess and the Knight of Pentacles. If I'm going to do it right, we wipe out everything from anything before. Everything is a new start. So how the divine feminine feels about the divine masculine is the guiding question. Like a jockey, she wants to race into the finish line. She wants to show how tough and strong and supportive she is. She's still being propelled forward. Right now, she seems to be in an energy of what once was her greatest wish. It doesn't quite seem to give her the pleasure it did before when she thinks about it. I'd like clarification on why that is. Father Spirit, send Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, or any other messenger that you deem necessary and worthy. Tell me why the divine feminines are not receiving the pleasure that they used to. And 2 cards that came out. The Wheel of Fortune now this won't be new news to any of the divine feminines that have been on the same vibrational path as myself. A lot of bad luck has been kind of beating us up a little bit this year. And the Sun, which usually represents to me both strength and kind of a Leo energy. There's definitely something on the mind of the divine feminines lately. Something from the past that hasn't yet been completed, I think. And I say this because when you see this card, this one, what I see is there's someone who's watching her intently. And yet she's focusing so much energy on pushing this away, whatever this person or thought form or fear is, that she can't see the doorway right in front of her. And the sunflowers have a special meaning for me, so she can't see what she wants right in front of her. It's too many cards. So, what are the divine feminines working on, Heavenly Father? What is it that we need to fix before we can move forward? Because we all know that the twin flame thing, there ain't no way that all of a sudden he doesn't make us happy. Energy is just shifted and what fell out? Oh, balance. She still has to balance the terrestrial and the celestial. Yep, we did get that message, didn't we? Alright, I gotta pause. Okay, never mind. I paused because someone was walking by, but I'm about to put this on YouTube, so I'm being a little silly. When you put these two together, there is something still haunting the divine feminines from their past that they need to bring balance to. They need to both be balanced in spirit and in the physical on this matter. Alright, we're talking about a collective here, so alright. Is there anything else that you want to tell us? God, for the divine feminines. Anything that you want to tell us that will help us get our energy straightened out, get back on track, because the towers suck. Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. It's about your throat chakra. Speak your truth. Whatever it is that you're not facing, whatever it is you're not telling people, whatever it is you're not telling your divine masculine, it's time to speak up. Because until we do, nothing's going to change in that area. It's not that we're unhappy, it's that we're repressed. Go figure. Well, just out of curiosity, How will the divine masculines, the ones that, we'll do two piles for the ladies that are not in communication with their divine masculines, how will they take the message? We'll do that first. How will the ones not in communication already take whatever it is that the divine feminine has to say, if she says it? With poise, dignity, politeness. Remember, ladies, no fighting. This is your divine twin, your counterpart, your other half, that other part of you that reflects God. Don't smash him. Just talk to him. I feel, this makes me feel. No you dids, it's your faults. Just clear communication. Seven of Swords. Right under it was the Two of Cups reversed. So if you guys are not in communication, the Two of Cups confirmed for me that that was the card for that. Be very, very careful how you say things. If you need to, pick up a communication book first. There are great ones out there. I think it's called The 5 Love Languages. It's a good one that will help you understand other people and be able to communicate better. There's other communication tips. You can find them online. One of those things is to remember to always put it in an I mode, not they mode. In other words, I feel, this makes me feel. It isn't you, it's just how I perceive it. Because you have to remember, it's not them, it's how you're perceiving something. But if they respect you and they care about you and they love you, they're going to want to hear that anyway. So just keep the conversation polite, keep it nice. Because if you don't, you're going to do more damage to yourself, and it's not going to be anyone else hurting you. It's literally going to be you slicing yourself. No matter how it may seem, no matter how they come back at you, if you start that conversation in a blame way, then that's what happens. So, remember to be nice. And how will this conversation go for those who are already in communication with each other? So, is it still recording? Yes, it's still doing well. Better than the last video. At least we've made some improvements. Heavenly Father, how will this conversation go for those divine masculines and divine feminines that are already in communication? How will things go if the divine feminine communicates her wants, hopes, and desires to the divine masculine? How will the divine masculine take it if the divine feminine, or when the divine feminine communicates? Well, he's going to the cave, folks. Surprise, surprise. Underneath that is the Six of Wands, though. He'll be doing some self-reflecting. Underneath that was the Chariot. Oh, no forward movement. He won't be going anywhere. And under that is Temperance, the Balance card. So it is going to cause him some pretty strong emotional feelings when the Divine Feminine communicates. So when the Divine Feminine communicates, don't be surprised if, for those of you that are already in communion or communication, if they kind of go into their cave, if they go alone, they're going to be, it's going to cause quite a few emotions. But apparently this is a conversation that really needs to be had. So, lot of people don't always think to ask, but how blunt should the divine feminine be? Are we supposed to lay it all out there, or just a conversation about what's been bothering us and hurting us lately? What say you, Heavenly Father? How much communication should we be doing here? Do we ask the poor blokes to marry us, or do we just tell them how they've been hurting us? Oh, no answer here. Maybe that's the wrong question. Oh, okay, we got a card. Oh. Again, I swear these cards are not rigged. The Ace of Wands. There it all. So, I guess it's that energy, that time before Halloween, before the 31st, before this new season. For divine masculines and feminines to make a choice. If they're in communication, but they're not in union. And open-hearted communication seems to be in order. So we gotta figure out a way to make time for it. Maybe pray about it. I'm gonna what will be the end result of this? What is the most likely end result if they are not in union? Because we haven't done that yet, okay? What is the most likely, and this is for both. In both cases, we're supposed to lay it all out, lay it bare. But if they're not in union, or in communication? The Three of Pentacles. Forward momentum for the divine feminine. The chance to paint her own picture and an opening of new doors. And what is the possible result for the divine feminine and masculine that are in communication? Looks like the divine feminine may end up spending some time alone. If she doesn't communicate, I'm here in the tower, folks. If she doesn't communicate, which is not good. Not necessarily the tower. It's not as bad as that, I guess. Way too many cards came out. The Page of Swords. It's about a message, but if she doesn't communicate, it doesn't look like the message is going to be something well received or feel good anyway. So, as uncomfortable as this message makes me, I'm going to finish it up anyway. I'm going to finish it with my Angel Dream Virtue Oracle cards. And see if we can get some advice. that happen? Nope, it is the only one that has flipped. Moonstone. Use your intuition. See if we can get one more. I'm also getting the impression we should look for moonstone as well. Kind of strengthen up our feminine energy, which moonstone will do. Heavenly Father, can I get one more piece of advice for the collective, both those in communication with the divine masculines and those not in communication? A little bit of help here. Environment. A lot of the divine masculines right now are just coming out of their dark period, out of their dark night of the soul, some people call it, but really great psychologist calls it the cave. But out of their solitude moments, out of their self-reflection and their thinking, and they're being stressed, and they're starting to play, and they're starting to get out there and do things. And the thing is we've been ignored for so long that we're still stuck in that thing that we don't really call it the cave, us women, but we cave off our hearts, our emotions, even though we're still sticking around and talking. So the advice I get from this is to remember that throughout this journey and throughout all of the things in life, men and women are fundamentally different. And here's just one of the ways. The men can come out of their cave. And when they come out of their cave, they expect it to be just like it was before. Everything just as exciting. The hugs just as thrilling, just as, passionate. Everything just as it was before they went in. And us women, we're kind of like, ooh, wow, we kind of feel, like we've been in the freezer for a while. We need a little warming up here. And it's just a difference between men and women. And, that sometimes it causes this rebound thing where the men see that and then they're like, oh, okay, well, now I got to go back into the cave again because I got to figure this out. So let's try to remember, hopefully it will help for things to go a little better if we are in our playful energy and in our more lighthearted mode. And even if it doesn't do a world of good between the divine feminine and the divine masculine, remember to take care of yourself because it's important. And I don't mean shoring off or going into your cave. I mean play. Remember to just have a little fun. Enjoy life because it's hard sometimes. And especially if you're divine masculine and isn't there or hasn't been there and he hasn't had your back or he doesn't have your back, it can really be hard. So don't forget to laugh and smile, even if it's just a 15-minute video that makes you laugh. Even if it's just something about cats or dogs or something that tickles your fancy. Smile at your kids, smile at your friends, go smell a rose, go enjoy outside. Dip your feet in the water if you live near it. Back, dip another foot in for me. And I'll say hi to the mountain for you all. what it's worth, it sounds like we need to work on our past issues. Something needs closure, and I pray to God it's not the divine masculine, because this divine feminine sure as hell. Well, I'm not putting that on video. Let's just say, sounds like we've got some work to do. Thank you, everyone, for joining me.